first sign that something is about to change ahead. Whether it be a brake light come on, whether it be a car easing off, somebody changing lanes, it shouldn't be. What do you think now about the lanes?
I was thinking that it's going quite quick, so I'm probably
Sometimes I think you need to have your signal flashing for longer before you change lanes. That was a better...
You mean I cancel it too soon?
No, before you move out.
No.
So, you know when that red polo was behind us and it was moving from lane 3 to lane 2? Well, it'll be like, ugh, come on, get out of the way. You know how they are. But if you signal, that could diffuse that, because they know, oh, she's going to move in a minute. I know, like, they know that you know. I see it as sort of like car body language. If somebody's behind you and then they start speeding up as you're just passing that last lorry, it's because they think, right, you know, they're not happy, they want to be going faster, basically.
No, I have to look out for the cruise control because there's going to be some problem. They might break it.
That's it.
So I need to see if because I think I'm kind of gaining on that one.
We've got a car in the middle. I'd signal right now and just keep doing what you do. Don't disable the cruise though. Should have just kept that going all the way through if you can. Is it me or are these lorries going faster than 60? That's pulling away from us.
Got places to be?
Yeah. Must be going mad. Now, that one's coming, and we've seen a few examples of this, that one's coming quite soon. Imagine if you were just about to accelerate. We'll come back to this in a minute. It's busy and up in front. All these are going to be getting established, coming across. Check what's around you and your escape routes. Back on the gas then. Because they're always going to do that if they get stuck behind a lorry as well. They're going to be eager. Again, it's a target, isn't it, to get around to have it. Yeah, all that stuff as I do. Somebody's tyre, right, check your mirrors.
No, not tired, the floppy thing.
The mud flap. That could still cause somebody to swerve, so if we try and avoid those bits if possible.
Yeah, something came off.
Yeah. We're better over here anyway. If the debris is less likely to come over this side. Just stay over this side for a bit longer in case any other bits are breaking off. Back to the speed limit.
I think the whole back is going to fall off. I mean, the bottom.
Who knows, who knows? I mean...
Did you even notice it?
It might not, in that big thing.
Because there was that, like, the brake triangle, I think.
What's
you know
it?
the thing you put...
Yeah, when you break down?
The yellow one. That came off and it's now on the...
Okay.
So someone could go over it and have a bad accident.
Yeah, no, let's hope nobody brakes on it, because they'll skid like mad. Right then, we're past the hazard now, I think. So, what are you thinking? Yep. That's it. Keep your speed up. Keep your speed up, keep your speed up, keep your speed up. Good stuff. Don't even ease off at all.
I probably won't there, because he's slowing down.
Okay.
So I'll pass him and then probably look to move in.
Awesome. I like this. Keep this going with your own planning. Let me know what you're thinking, and it'll give me more of an indication as to where you are with this, and help me to gauge my instruction better. Also, you went up from 67 to 69, which made a difference. You know, a difference in, are we gaining or are we just staying the same? It does make a difference. So back to 70.
Might not be too close to that one.
Possibly, but we'll ease off before we do.
Is it bad?
Okay, so why are all these braking? So you already checked your mirror. So what's the speed limit going to be?
Yeah, 56. I mean on the actual motorway, not my 50.
That's it. So we've been travelling at 70 for so long now. So it's going to feel like very slow at 50. So another good time to consider cruise control. But all these are going to be up and down in the speed and hopefully not up in the speed.
Probably 45 and then
Yeah. See how that goes. Expect ones to come in out of this lane if it's too slow for them and they're not happy with it. Brake lights in front. Good. So you're warning the car behind, aren't you, with yours as well? Yeah, good call.
Or even lower further probably, right?
Just give it a sec. Yeah, cool. You thinking about the left? Do it when you've got more clearance in front.
Yeah.
Because if they brake and these are still moving, you've got to keep speed up. It's good thinking though, it's the right sort of thinking. What about this one? Accelerate now, just get out of their blind spot.
Sand coming in.
Sorry. Sand.
Dropping sand, yeah.
So,
Now it's here, we should do the same distance thingy that we went over last time, right? Kind of.
oh, yeah, there's no point in, you see some right tragic efforts. You watch other drivers. Yeah, they just make it easier for you. Why do you think it's backed up like this?
Could be an accident, or just like because it's the rush hour, so busy at the end of it. People are struggling to get out, maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be. It could be either. I think there's a slip road coming up. There was one off just, weren't there? Usually if there's one off, there's usually one that comes on. So I reckon it's that, and because it's rush hour, the volume of traffic coming on is causing this.
So right now, say I'm kind of like on the bike, because I'm still slightly on the clutch, but I'm also slightly on the gas. Is that the wrong thing or the correct thing? Or... Well, now it's all the way down.
Yeah, well, you'd use gas to help you to move off initially, but once you've got to that bite, once you've got to driving bite, and if you were off the clutch, you could come off the gas basically. You don't have to be on the gas still, if that's what you mean. So if you come off the gas.
Yeah, but then I'm slowing down.
Yeah, I know. But just as an example, I know you want to slow down there like that, but if these was going that speed, you could, and you wouldn't have to be on the gas. Just to answer your question. Basically, the car would keep going till it runs out of fuel. It wouldn't cut out. It would just keep, the wheels would just keep turning. The only way to stop the wheels turning is clutch down, which separates the clutch plates, which is the connection between.
But right now I'm slightly on the gas, right? So
yeah, that's just right, really. Because second gear would be too fast, possibly. Third, sorry. Yeah, right. If I knew what I was on about. I only do it all day, every day, so.
yeah, like you said, it's the road.
Sorry?
Like you said, it's the road to the side. People joining.
We've got the signs there telling us that's the M1 and certain coordinates on it. So if ever there's a breakdown or anything like that, you could use those. If ever you break down, always make sure that you... Well, do you know what you do if you broke down on a road like this?
Well, I have, if I can, try to make it the hard shoulder.
That's it.
And then use their phone because they can locate it better.
That's it.
But if I don't really know what I would do if I was like on the very far lane, like the third lane or fourth.
Yeah, would be pretty dodgy. You would try and, like I say, make best efforts to get across. Could you change lanes when safe, one to the left? Keep your eye on that white one in front as well. Yeah, it's fine. Better be safe than sorry.
Those ones probably wouldn't see me because they're probably not looking anyway.
Yeah. And the other thing I'd do to make it easier is let more of a gap develop between you and this white one. Because, like I said, if they're travelling faster in that lane than this lane, you're going to have to slow for the white one, but you need to speed up to match them. So by having a gap in front in this lane would help that. All it is eventually we're going to come off soon, and I just want to start making provisions so that we don't have to rush that one, do you think?
Well, I saw him when there was somebody kind of moving across, but
I think try and be really up to date with what's around you all the time. So we just passed that silver BMW on the left. I'd be really thinking about where that is and what's behind it. And so pop a signal on now. Start doing your checks. Start steering, because that's quite a distance away now. That camper van. That one's a really aggressive driver in that. I've been watching. Have you seen him behind us? Have you been behind us? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm obviously still looking at if he's speeding up or about to crash into me. But
Yeah. No, it's very much the right mentality to have, really.
not really intimidated, but people trying to be bossy or whatever he's trying to do.
Let them do it. Also, if you did break down, get out the vehicle and face the traffic, the way the traffic's coming.
But if I say broke down on one of the lanes and I couldn't get across the hard shoulder, what would I do then? Because they advise not to cross it if you can.
Yeah, definitely don't cross the road. There's a central bit where you could potentially stand between each barrier. It's a good question, actually, something I've never really thought about, to be honest. What I'll do, I'll get the essential skills, see if there's any particular advice on that. But like you say, I think if something was going wrong, you'd be moving at such a speed that, and everybody, you could put the hazards on, you could just make your way, you should be able to make your way across, really.
Am I supposed to be on that one as well?
Well, not sure where the exit is, because I'm not seeing any signs. All I'm thinking is, I'm going to start seeing something. So there's something over there, so I don't think it's a bad idea to get left anyway, at this point. Just ease off, stay focused on what you're doing, and let this pass. What's behind it? Signal now. Is this playing ball, this van, or is it speeding up into the gap? So if you speed up into your gap though, try not to steer as early. Be straighter, so that if he does speed up, or if you do make a mistake, you're not steering into somebody as suddenly. Do you see what I mean? You could come straighter because you've left the gap in front. So try and drive in straight lines is a good one, especially when lane change.
No, I have to look out for these ones trying to get in.
Pardon?
I have to look out for those ones trying to get in.
Yes. So what does that sign mean?
Countdown markers to
Yeah, I'm going to come off of this one. Good technique with the gears. Bang on, actually. You'll never have that mistake again if you're in this car anyway.
So now I would look out which line I need, right?
That's it. We're going to go for Derby A6.
That one.
Well done.
Is it all the way on over there?
Derby A6. So yeah, so see, you can use any 3 lanes, because that green sign there is on top of those first 3 lanes. 1, 2, 3. Do you see?
Is that light for me? Or no, is that one? No. Oh, there it is. Let's see.
Now, looking at this, it looks to me like this is left only, and there was a marking on the floor to suggest so. But if you look, that van's going to go straight on, and it's going to be next to them cones there, look. If you follow that white line where that would be, if we go straight on, we're going to cut somebody up behind us.
Sorry.
I think we're going to have to turn left. Follow it left. Do you see what I mean? It's right, isn't it? So if we come left, come into here.
The sign said otherwise. So is it because of
It
road
did,
works?
but I think they've got that wrong there. That ain't right. Do you see what I mean? If we'd have gone straight on, we would have definitely cut somebody up, because our lane disappeared.
So where are we going now?
So I'm telling you to trust road signs, and that one was wrong.
Yeah.
If I might see it back on the video, we'll see. Well, we need to follow it ahead and we need to turn around and we'll get back on that other side of the road. Somewhere. So just follow this road ahead, make progress.
This would be national speed limit.
I believe so. I was busy looking at all that, didn't catch it. So
Although it's roadworks, so... Or it was there anyway. Doesn't really say anywhere.
If we... Let's go towards Kegworth. So if we turn left at these lights, you see the abbreviation there, Keg. So start, that's it. It's a new area, it could be a sharp turn, you wouldn't want to be too quick. Oh, okay, it's not even there yet. Okay, just follow it straight on. All the signs are here ready for when the works are complete, but the work's not complete. Road closed. I know where I am anyway, so it's fine. We'll get back on track in no time. So it's just changed to national, so that would suggest back there it was something else. But again, there were no repeaters.
Yeah, it's probably because the roadworks.
When we get to the roundabout, we'll turn right. It's going to be a U-turn. So it's all the way back round and back on the same road, but on the other side. That's it. Did the right thing in the end. Okay. So I've got a second clutch up. Just clutch up but no gas, cover the brake while you have a good look over this grass and forward. That's it. Forwards. Make sure you land directly in the right lane though, yeah? Because you're in the right now. I'm only saying that because you went to go in the middle earlier on one, okay? There's a spiral. See it?
Yeah.
But go back into the middle, back into the inside now. That's it. Because we're going to spiral on the next one, and that should allow us to come off. That's East Midlands, so we don't want that. There's another spiral. Check your mirrors, signal left, but keep in this lane and visualise this lane ahead, which is this staying in this one, yeah?
Am I staying in this one?
Yeah, and accelerate, because they might be turning left out of there, see, as you come off. Which is why it's better just follow your lane ahead and then decide if it's worth going to left now. Just to bring the viewers up to speed, we've actually done these lessons with the P plates on, haven't we? Which basically P plates are when you've just passed your driving test. It just gives people an idea that you might be still getting used to the roads and whatnot. Are you still happy for me to be giving you guidance on in these places if I feel
Am I still on the side?
That's it, still follow it ahead. Always just follow it ahead.
Oh yeah, because that's what's on.
So I potentially saved an accident there, potentially. I don't think it would have been. But just from spot, whilst I was sitting there just looking and working that out, you know what that roundabout? You know, it was left only, but it said we could have used it and then we couldn't. Yeah, potentially saved us an accident there, and I just threw.
Unless I was literally going to speed off and it's like completely ignoring.
Sorry?
Ignore me. Well, I mean.
You could, I mean, yeah. If you can pinch a space and do it, you can do it. But it was packed full of cars, weren't it, in that lane? I don't think it would have been. So we're heading towards Stoke A50. always things like that could happen.
Oh, new learner. Let's like
Could
pretend that it was their fault.
Could be, yeah. There's some there's those types of characters around, isn't there? Wherever, I guess.
Watch on YouTube insurance scammer fails.
Sorry?
Where they just insurance scammer fails.
Yeah.
Where the people just run in front of a car.
Yeah.
They do it really awkwardly. It's just like, wow. Some people.
You watched some videos on it, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be, like, there's no signs here, so it's going to be a left. Don't do very well off the signs. Yeah, left lane here.
And there are no signs because they're still like
Because they're still doing it all, yeah. They can't close it off though, because it'd be absolute bedlam if they did. It's one of them. But here we confirm it, look, Stoke A50, we're on the right track, yeah. So what would be the danger in braking on this?
It's good.
Yeah.
Is it sand or something?
Yeah, it's like clay, sand, I'm not sure, but it's from all this. Particularly when that rain comes, that's going to make that super, super slippery. I feel quite vulnerable doing 40 here, do you?
I was speeding up that one as well. See, people probably think that I'm being slow, but I'm just following the speed.
I know, it's awkward, isn't it? It's really awkward at times. You could easily do 40 here, more than 40, and you know.
So like, also that other road that's closer to, that's like leading up to the test center, that there's roadworks at 40. But people are always speeding up there.
The A52, yeah.
So what, does every single car then get a speeding ticket?
No?
So.
No, I know, it's
Because there's speed cameras there, but.
Right, whack your foot down now, let's make some progress. You don't want this lorry overtaking, do you? Yeah, I see. It's just, you know, if there's police behind you or an unmarked car, I guess.
Did it say it's 50 or?
It's national.
Oh, is that one? That's weird.
I think that's, you know, the drivers that was on the road before we entered from the slip road.
Oh,
So that's
for them.
that was for them. So here we've got a 3-lane A road, do you see what I mean? I mentioned this earlier, I use this for training quite a bit. So same here, it would be unreasonable to undertake here because you don't have to, your lane's not naturally moving faster, so to overtake, but that's the point, overtake, not undertake if you needed to, does that make sense? You would get pulled over for that. Because you would expect them to move to the left if they're not overtaking, but if you're on the inside of them, that's an added risk.
You mean I would get pulled over if I was them?
Well, maybe, because they should be moving to the left. But no, but I mean...
I would be pulled over if I went past them.
If somebody saw you undertaking, yeah, because you meant to overtake, go on the right around them.
That makes no sense, because I'm in the right lane. It's not my problem that they're like backing out.
But this is the driving lane, and they're all overtaking lanes. Still driving lanes, but you overtake in them.
So even though I'm going faster on this line, I would slow down to overtake them on that side.
Unfortunately, they are clogging the road up. They cause all that, like what you're on about. It's them that makes it nonsensical. They should be sat in this lane. Do you understand it?
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense.
So if you, so basically, we're gonna have to get our foot down, get in the middle lane, get in lane 3, lane
then
2,
get back.
then get back across. Yeah, I know it's balmy, isn't it? Look, that's sat there in middle lane hogging basically, and I tell you, it causes congestion, causes road rage, and it causes points on your licence, I believe, these days. If you get caught, but, it's more than getting caught. It's the impact it can have. So, shall we overtake? So we're doing 58. We could be doing.
You mean, but we're not going to get past them.
Because he's not doing 70. Well, let's get us up to 70. Let's see if we're gaining. That's the way to tell. If we're gaining when we do, there you are, look, we're gaining. So let's get to the middle. Keep it 70. Keep it 70.
And then again.
Ease off. Sorry?
And then
That's it. You got it before the next white. Oh, it's coming quite quick. So we've got to be a little bit one step ahead with the planning to move into the gaps.
It's just so stupid.
It's ridiculous. You wouldn't believe he drives every day to fit the windows, would you? Anyway, I need you to get in the left now. I'm sorry, because our exit's coming up. But anyway,
see, this makes no sense and no point for anything. So they're idiots, basically.
Either way, it was a learning opportunity.
No, yeah, I mean, but
yeah, it's ridiculous. Now they can justify being in that lane. Why?
this is the normal driving lane.
It is for them now. Why is that?
This is just the road.
Yeah, because you've got small.
Is it still called the same flip road? Or is
Yeah,
it
it's a slip
called-
road up. Now, you undertaking here is okay because the lane's going off in a different direction. Still be aware that they could change.
Yeah.
2 lanes, always take the left for the driving lane. Otherwise, you'll end up in the right. There'll be that person who persists on doing more than 70 will get undertaken. So you don't want to encourage people to undertake.
Should I look out the speed's going to change soon, or is it still taking better?
It does change, but it's only an advisory. So I'd drop here from 6 to 5, but keep your speed up though. That's it, back on the power. You don't want to be too slow around here. It would be unreasonable to be too slow based on today's conditions and visibility. That's it.
The 5th for the engine braking, or
Yeah, exactly.
in case I need it?
Yeah, because it's uphill as well, so
Or is it just more power? Yeah.
it's a bit more power to help you climb. And then accelerating out of the bend, checking your mirrors so you know what's around you, keeping centre of your lane, 6th gear, because this car has it. And then making provisions, checks for just thinking about this, anything that's going to bother us, and can we act on it. Making good progress, aren't they, to be fair? They'll probably just like that. What have we got coming up? At the roundabout, let's turn. Let's go straight on. So that's second exit, please. Nice early warning with the brakes. Even they weren't braking in front. So it's good planning ahead from yourself.
Now I would be 4th gear?
I'd go second, based on.
Even though I was like 37.
But you're going to keep braking as you slowly lift on the clutch, because I saw the brake lights through the glass of this Mini, so you can predict that Mini's going to continue to slow. You know what I mean? So looking that bit further through. There's not much in it. You could have gone 3rd then 2nd if you wanted, you know, it doesn't really matter.
So then come off the clutch but keep braking it.
Yes. And it shouldn't rumble about because you've got quite a high speed there coming down from. Now we're going to stop a number of times before we actually go at this roundabout, because all these cars just aren't going to get gone cleanly, are they? So think about what the skills you went over last lesson, and what you said about slow moving traffic.
There and ahead if my exit's clear.
That's it. You remember the exit?
Second exit.
Second exit. I like this little gap here.
That's first, right?
Yep.
Just signal that.
Do a block change.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah.
On that, yeah.
Do 4 to 6 on the next one. Like a upside down U shape. That's it. What's the benefits of a block change? Or what could
Less
can be?
driving and
Yeah.
fuel wasting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Every time you change gear, that's using all the car's components.
Oh,
Clutch
yeah.
down, separate the plates,
Less
connect them
wear
back
and
up. Yeah. It's good just think long term with the car, you know. Expecting something to come down that short slip road. Change lanes one to the left, please, if you could. Don't look for too long. So, would you wouldn't really describe that as a sideways glance, you more looked more with your eyes than using your mirrors. What nearly happened as a result? Yeah. So use these guys much more. And the sideways glance is just to finish off, because you'll be about 95% sure from these mirrors, or you should be. Have a double taking them if you're unsure. And then just finish off. The sideways glance is to make sure nothing's lurking right at the side of you, which is why it only needs to be a, you know what I mean, that's all. Otherwise you could crash. So we're going to take the next road on the left here, just coming into this little side road. Quite a sharp bend ahead. Third clutch up, yeah, that's enough braking. Back on the power. So already having in your mind a gear for general bends, and I think thirds are quite a good one, depending on the car. You've got to be careful not to overbrake there. So remember, gears just before bends is better. So the engine braking is helping you as you start to turn and follow it on. Am I talking too much? Am I doing your head in with it all? Or?
Could you just repeat again how the pedals in this situation when I'm moving slowly? With the tipping over thingy.
Tick over. Yeah. Do you want me to probably guide you through it really, and then we can pick up from that? Because here I just have the clutch on the floor, controlling the speed with a foot brake. Because the speed that we're travelling at is lower than tick over. So if you get to tick over, you'll be in the back of the Mini. So
tick over will be 6 or 7 or something.
It's 5, so clutch back on the floor. Just keep, sorry, and just braking gently, keeping just a little bit more gap. All the brake lights are coming on. This Mini's going to brake in a minute. There you go. Car behind's got the same idea. Because you're thinking more ahead, more advanced thinking and planning. Again.
And we're joining them, so we're going to have more of a gap to think and do stuff.
Yeah, if we need to speed up, we've got a little runway. We can get a bit of speed up. When you do your sideways glance, I would advise to, because it's, well, I'd advise to on slip roads, to be honest. How are you going to check? How are you going to do that glance? If you could just, yeah, that's it. Why is it a bad idea to be looking around like this?
So I want to see what's going on.
And if they brake or there's a bend in the barrier, you could see it. So we're in a position where they can see the signal now. You could put it on later, I guess, because it's fairly, well, we're travelling slower, so there's more time for people to see. Yep, they're right, really. That's it, and just clutch down should be enough. now, try and be bookmarking a car that you think you could work with to get in this. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, okay, there's a movie.
Don't look for too long, but be kind of taking into consideration both, and where you think you would, the point where you would merge.
Probably.
Yeah? Try and keep the car more straight here. Just because you could look like your body language of the car could look like you're almost forcing your way in. I think that's important. If somebody's going to let you in, you've got to sort of
ask permission first.
Like I tell you how it makes me feel. Sometimes I think somebody's being cheeky and taking the mick. I could use another word for that. I think it's wrong, really, but I think actually no, you can wait. Do you know what I mean? Like I will. And there is a bit of that goes on with driving, really, realistically. But if somebody, I think, God, they're a good driver, you know, doing all the right stuff there, yeah, go on. I'll have you in front of me. Anyway, we need to get into the right-hand lane when it's safe. What do you think about the speed the traffic's coming past at? 40. It's a lot quicker than what we're doing, isn't it? So we need to have a good gap, a good runway here, so that we can accelerate into it and get up to the speed with that traffic in the right. So there, just before that Mini was a good one. Not now, they'll cancel the signal. So you've got to see it coming, keep that gap there, stop here. Signal on, right, that's a good opportunity. Check everything sideways, quick one. And up to speed. I'd expect some of these to pop on a signal or not and start moving across. So look for signs, look for tyres, bodywork moving across. Love it when a plan comes together. That's the thing. If you expect stuff, you're halfway there. We're dealing with it already because you've already thought about it. I like the fact you kept the car more right as well. So I'd move straight to the left now. Keeping my eye on that slip road. Do we need to get back in the right while we still can? It's just the traffic.
No, there's only one.
Yeah, just traffic backing up now, isn't
it? If there was a line, then probably
yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know.
No, it's right, yeah. So for me, that car doing that is a bit like it's overtook us to get in front. It's a bit like if I was that driver, I'd think, right, I want this to come across the right way. So I wouldn't necessarily do that. It's not wrong as such. They are only using the slip road. No.
It's just bitchy.
Sorry?
It's just bitchy. I can't use that language on YouTube.
I don't know what you mean. Say it again.
Bitchy.
Oh, right. I have yeah, I might be overthinking it slightly, but there you go.
No, it is, yeah, because it kind of sped up quite quickly, and then just whoop. It's like, pardon me while I just move in.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Same with merges. When you get merges, you know, when the road merges, what you'll have is complete gap at the side of you, and then somebody will speed right up, undertake you, and then squeeze in the merge in front of you. You know, and it's just, that's the wrong person. There's gonna be some people won't have it. You know, I don't know if you've seen some of them videos.
Yeah, there's just because they get mad at something, they won't let them in, even though they had 100 opportunities. Just out of principle, because they're being a certain kind of driver.
Other words are available. That bike till it was right at the side of us, didn't we?
That one too. buttons. My bad.
We'll have to turn that off for copyright issues. Yeah, so I said to you yesterday, didn't I? I think I said this to you. I generally keep a bit more left just to allow for those bikers to come through cleanly in the middle, really. The other thing is, this traffic might be because there's been an accident. So let's say that you get an ambulance wants to come through, fire engine, police car. If you're already left, you ain't got to worry about, you know. Because if you think, you imagine if that black Mini was left next to the curb and that white, you can't see because of the bus unfortunately. You see that white car now, if that was over to the curb, there'd actually be a room for one more lane in the middle.
Yeah.
So people panic and bomb up the curb and damage their wheels and their tyres. They don't need to. It's an overreaction. Often, most of the time, not always. Saying that, there's a police call.
Can you like predict my future, please?
I've said a lot of things today, but noticing it's just happened straight away after. I love it.
You get another job as well, like a part-time job on the weekends.
Mystic Matt.
Reading fortunes, yeah.
I'll get myself a column in the Sun. Actually, no, I won't.
Crystal ball.
Not in the Sun. Yeah. So have you found the course useful?
Yeah, but I still, that's why I kind of want another lessons, because I'm kind of sad that it's over, because I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, happy to, you know, whatever you want really. The way I see it, it's training, and that's how I see the other stuff before test as well. It's not just learning somebody to pass the test for me.
Yeah.
So if you want training, very happy to provide training. And especially I like working with people who want to learn and want to be a good driver.
I honestly didn't even care about the test much, because the real test starts after you pass the test.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I think a lot of people are too concerned about the word test itself. And they only care about passing that, but not really so much about actually driving on your own.
I would totally agree with you. I think most miss the point. They look at it from the wrong perspective.
Yeah, especially I feel like if it's younger people, they just want to pass the test to drive around in their own independence and whatnot.
Yeah. Down first sometimes is good, just to separate the plate, stop it from powering the wheels towards the Mini. Then you can decide how you're going to brake later on. Another ambulance coming down the other side. Yeah, look, see that Mini straight to the right? Now it could continue to stray, and if that biker don't slow down, do you see? So you need to always be keeping tabs on what's my positioning like in these roads, what's coming down the middle, checking the right door mirror, it'll show you right down the gap down the side. The central line will show you kind of the car behind, and kind of down the gap, but it's blocked from the car behind.
Not far enough. If you look only down the center.
Sorry?
You wouldn't see far enough if you
Yeah.
only look down the center.
Yeah.
Nothing happened. This is the road where I'm in the middle line. Right?
Clutch.
Yeah, it is that.
Okay, so keep getting that wrong with your feet, don't I? Do you know what it is? I think because I've not developed that with you, I think, and I'm not I don't know. I think I've spent more time with somebody I kind of know.
Oh.
I mean, I could just be lucky, couldn't I? I could just look.
I haven't really seen me drive that.
Do you know what I think it is as well? You've got black shoes on and it's dark down there.
Yeah. Did this lane split into two or doing?
This one opens up. You see, that curb there, it's only because the curb goes off to the left that it gives the space to widen. So that's something to look for.
Yeah, because I was thinking if I'm having to move over, I couldn't remember.
Any bikes coming down as we stop?
Nope. I wasn't going to have it screaming at me again.
Okay for directions, or do you want me to give you some?
No,
around here at rush hour around this bend.
it's only been kind of clear.
Keep up to date with your mirror, keep your speed up.
You mean?
Yeah, based on the limit. It's just that sometimes, you know, this road down here is a slip road and they're coming off, so you might need to do a quick lane change. It's not actually too bad. The roads have been really quite good today. I think a lot of people are on holiday, aren't they?
I don't keep up with school schedules or anything like that.
No, I guess not. Check your mirrors in case one of these decides they've had enough of waiting in that queue. So looking at that overhead there, why is it okay to be driving in this lane?
Because that one only goes straight ahead.
So it's classed as positioning, so you're not lane hogging.
Right here, it's showed the arrow ahead, so they probably thought this was ahead as well.
Yeah.
See, still here it says ahead.
Yeah.
Even though it only turns on.
They changed just at the end here, don't they, when they realise?
Because yeah, all of a sudden now it's only there. So that's a bit confusing in my opinion.
Yes, they should be right arrows, shouldn't they? Back there. Is that what you mean? Yeah, makes sense. Got no squeezers, have we, in the right-hand lane there? Usually do. Squeezers. Just come up with that one. Call them that in the future. Well done, mate. Take the left on this occasion. What should you check first, particularly because you paused and give a cyclist a chance to catch up? Yeah, left mirror, yeah, definitely. So I think even though you know that lane's going to be better for the reasons we discussed on the previous video,
sometimes you just can't do anything about it.
one of these is gonna, as long as you do it not, you know, in the right way, you're not forceful with your speed or positioning. Somebody should let you merge, you know, further up after the junction.
Well, it's usually especially when it's this kind of traffic, you're either gonna try to get in or have to let someone in, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly, there's always going to be traffic in both lanes.
It's not as bad when the cars aren't parked there, but when they are, it's kind of like stops abruptly.
It forces the issue earlier, doesn't it? So again, look for a car that you'd like to work with or that you think would work with you. Okay, so clearly from that one he's sped up, so we know that the body language of that, he doesn't want to work with us. So let's hold up before that van. I wouldn't go in front of him because then that would make it more... Do you see what I mean? Okay, so he's shown some remorse there.
He sees that he's not going to get anywhere either way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the reptilian brain, I think, just impulse reaction. But he must have had to think about that and thought, nah, that went right. Had a word with himself and... Sometimes our people don't realise as well. You might not know the area. You don't know, do you?
I think usually we kind of take the roads around.
Do you?
Yeah, they just want me to.
Yeah, just follow it up. It ain't...
Oh, no?
Just follow it up and turn. Because I don't think there's much in it. If you look to the end of the road today, it's all actually moving. So I don't think it'll be a problem. For the time it'd take to go around the back streets.
Yeah, well, usually it's quite faster, but it's whatever.
I just love the old buildings, I do.
You mean like those ones?
I just find it really interesting. We're watching this YouTube channel, these lads exploring these underground tunnels and caves.
Oh, I just does too, yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. Well, not in England, they're mainly the American ones, but...
Yeah, there's loads in Britain. There's something I learned about last night called the Burlington Bunkers. It's like an underground world. Unbelievable, I couldn't believe it. Dead interesting. I don't know how they do it, I'd be scared of it. Spotted. Where did you see it?
Up there.
Pull up either side, whichever's best. Thank you very much. Alright, we'll leave the engine on to leave the aircon running. It's very hot again. And how have you found the Pass Plus course?
Yeah, it was good. It just kind of sucks the time of the year because the weather is quite good and no night driving, so those two kind of can't do that. So like, I was kind of hoping that there would be one rainy session during my whole learning, but it didn't happen.
I think the whole world's hoping for a bit of rain. But you know, I mean, as it gets to the later nights, or as it gets to different seasons, I'm happy to carry out different training with you. with that if you want to. Do you feel like you've learned? How would you? Okay, what we spent together, 8 hours so far.
Yeah.
How would you put into context what you've learned compared to what you expected to get from the course? 10 being, yeah, I got everything I needed, and 0 being absolutely rubbish. Didn't really get much from it.
I can't say I knew what to exactly expect from the Pass Plus. I thought it would honestly be kind of like just driving around, but obviously you're a better teacher than that. So it's been quite useful as in like real life driving, like anticipating what's happening at every side, not just straight on. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say, to be honest. It's kind of all in my head, but it's kind of hard to formulate.
That's fine. It's a lot that's gone in over the last.
Yeah.
Not yesterday.
It was better than I was expecting, honestly, but
yeah. Good. So as long as you've got value from it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I think I feel like lots of learnings took place. Be good to watch it back, I guess, as well. So you can consolidate with all that if you wish. Is there anything at this point that you want to go over again before we part ways? Or are you good?
I think I'm good. It's just remembering all the things you told me to do, like all the checks and whatnot.
Yeah. You can always contact me anyway if you need anything. But did you want to book something in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Right, we'll book that in a minute. So if you've enjoyed the video, pop a comment in the comment section below. Let us know what you thought of the video and the Pass Plus. Also, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this. Tap the bell icon for instant notifications and you'll be notified as soon as I release my next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.